What's going on, YouTube family? It's your boy Kendrick, aka Oso the Great from Rebirth, coming at you again on this Father's Day edition, man. It's Father's Day. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Hope you guys had a fantastic day with your family and just enjoying being around the people that care about you and enjoying the fruits of your labor, man. This is dope, man. Being a father is one of the best things that ever happened to me. It's an extremely strong driving force that makes the things that I do much bigger than myself, which inevitably makes me push myself even further. So, but instead of spending a lot of time giving flowers to the fathers that's out here, which y'all rightly deserve, I want to tap into the young men, or maybe even the older men that are not fathers yet and aspire to be fathers, right? One of the things we're big on here at Rebirth is being very proactive, right? We want to sort of attack things and prepare for things before they get here so that we're not so reactive and we're not necessarily in a chaotic state of being, right? So we want to prepare for the future in the best way that we can, right? To kind of mitigate all the trials that we'll have to go through. And maybe they're not so bad since we're prepared for them, right? But before I dive into that, hit the like button, hit subscribe. If you rock with me, hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything as I drop, right? And right now, we're dropping every day until I see otherwise, right? So let's see, let's look at what the duties of a father are, right? What we're called to do as men, as fathers, right? We are protect and provide. That's really the big ones, right? And we understand that the provision aspect of it has to do with you gaining resources for your family. That means money. You have to be able to make money. You have to manage it well, and that's one of the things we teach here at Rebirth, because you want to be able to have resources for your family. Okay, not just for the negative aspect, not just for in case something bad happens. You want to have the resources available for when something great happens, right? Or when opportunity comes, you're prepared for when opportunity is here, especially for your kid, right? You want to be able to say, if your son has an interest or your daughter has an interest in music or the arts or animals or a sport when they're young, you don't want to be the guy to say, man, we can't put you in that because I can't afford it. I don't have the money for that. Or, man, we can't do that right now. Now, I'm not saying your kids should have everything they ask for. You're the adult and you're the one who's supposed to be making those decisions. But you want to have the option. You want to have the resources available in case something fantastic comes up, and you can help nurture what's going on in your child to help them be a better person, right? So the resources aspect of it is super big. Being able to provide for your family, and the protection aspect of it comes in not just the physical. We out here throwing hands, not just those things. Not to say you should be out here fighting all the time and stuff like that. I'm gonna defend your honor and all this. Not to say you should be doing that, but the protection aspect comes up in the things that you do to prevent bad things from happening. How is your kid dressed? How is your family look when you guys are going out? What do people, when they look at you, what are they thinking of when they see you? If your daughter is going to go walk out the house wearing a short skirt, The protection aspect comes in is when you stop her and you get her to change those clothes and you explain to her why she doesn't need to be dressed, you know, like a harlot. You know what I'm saying? Like some floozy, like the old folks say. You know what I'm saying? That's such a hilarious word, floozy, right? But that's real talk. You know, that's part of the protection aspect of it as well. Okay. And so since we're called to do those two things, a lot of the nurturing and the caring and the just all the lovey-dovey stuff, a lot of that stuff comes from the women. So you want to make sure you're very selective about the person you decide to have children with. Okay? If you're single right now, if you don't have any kids, get married before you have children. Just statistically, right? It shows the kids that grow up in two-parent households are drastically more productive and more successful in their lives if they grow up in a two-parent household. And ideally, you guys should be married if you're doing that, okay? So basically what I'm really saying is this, guys. If you're thinking about having children, be proactive about the process. Take some parenting classes. One of the best things that ever happened to me. I took some parenting classes years ago, me and my wife, and they have changed just the way I thought about things. You know, because I always grew up with the whole like, well, I grew up this way, and I'm okay, so let me do things that way, and that's not always the best way, right? So take some parenting classes. You know, maybe once a Saturday for like a few months, and really tap into those resources to help yourself be a better father in the future. It'll help you be a better man too. It's super dope stuff. You get to really kind of tap into the way other people think and understand the psychology of the relationships that you're in with people and how they see things to help you better your parenting skills, right? Because don't get it twisted. It is a skill set, okay? And it needs to be nurtured. Get coaching just like you would with anything else. Most people inherently learn from their own parents, right? And they get that coaching because they talk to mom and dad and say, yo, hey, this is what I'm going through, man. What did you guys do? And you kind of tap into that mentorship. We approach this the same way with being a father, okay? Tap into your resources before you dive into it. Do the research. Put in the work to be the best man you could be. Stay in your purpose before you start having kids. Abstain from sleeping around with a whole bunch of women, unprotected, out here making babies. This is not where it's at, fam, at all. Stay in your purpose. Stay driven. Keep doing what you got to do to be the best you could possibly be. And then when the time comes to start thinking about your legacy, be selective about the woman that you decide to spend your time with and the rest of your life with. Make sure she's an asset to you and not a hindrance and not a liability. You don't want to get with a woman just because she look or behave a certain way and then make your Johnson rise up and she's just a child mentally, right? Because you don't want to have to raise, not at this juncture, you don't want to be now you're a single parent, with one baby and then one grown baby. Be selective. Be selective about who you spend your time with, man. This is real talk. I'm giving it to you real language, okay? So, all the current fathers, happy Father's Day. Hope you guys had a great day. And then all the future fathers, man, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys are producing out here. But first, I got to see you produce, right here, right now, produce the money, produce the character, produce all the things that you need to be the best man you could possibly be. All right. I love y'all, man. Peace out. Have a good night.